Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Stock Market Today. It's Alexis, Garcia, and Ken Shreve here under the bright and oh so flattering fluorescent lights here at IBD headquarters. We're here to break down all the market action in today's session for Thursday, December 21st. And Ken, a lot of green on the boards for the market as we close in on the holiday weekend. What do you have on tap for us today?
Well, pretty impressive performance for the Nasdaq, up 1.3% after a pretty nasty sell-off yesterday. Have three stocks to look at, Alexis. Let's first take a look at Carnival, which reported pretty decent earnings, made a nice move today. Also want to take a look at online real estate platform Zillow, ticker Z, and finally copper producer Freeport-McMoRan, some leadership outside of technology.
All right, great. Well, we'll get to those three names, but first, let's take a peek in on the indexes. We've got the Nasdaq finishing the day up 1.3%. The S&P also up about 1%. The Dow Jones finishing about 0.9% up higher, and small caps leading the way up 1.5% today. And Ken, as you were saying, really nice day for the Nasdaq, especially after yesterday's sharp reversal lower off that all-time high. What are you looking at here in the action for this index?
Well, it was a pretty harsh distribution day for the Nasdaq yesterday. It briefly topped that 15,000 level, and then reversed lower in higher volume. So we call that a distribution day. Now the Nasdaq today recouped a lot of what it lost yesterday, up I think it was 1.3% by the close, and volume was a lot lighter. So we're kind of headed into the weekend here and headed into the Christmas holiday. So I think expect volume to stay pretty light in the market, but overall a nice recovery for the Nasdaq, albeit in lighter volume today.
Hey, we'll take it, and let's jump over to the S&P 500 index. Similar action, pairing losses from yesterday, closing near highs, up about 1% today.
Yeah, distribution day for the S&P 500 yesterday, and again a lower volume rally today. The S&P was down also 1.5% on Wednesday. It rallies back 1% today. So, it wouldn't have been surprising to see stocks extend losses after the violent downdraft that we saw on Wednesday. But the S&P 500, just like the Nasdaq, was able to recover.
Great, and let's take a look at the Dow really quickly. Sensing a theme here. Oh, well, we've got some interesting things happening.
It would be 0DJIA, I think.
Pardon me. There we go.
Much
so again,
better.
closing. There we go. We're on it. We had our holiday party today, so bear with us. Again, closing near those highs after hitting a record high yesterday.
Yeah, Dow lagged a little bit today, didn't perform as well as the Nasdaq and the S&P 500, but as you can see here, holding comfortably above that 36,000 level, and good rally for the Dow today as well. So, bottom line, I think there were people maybe thinking that we would see some follow-on selling today after the downdraft that we saw on Wednesday, but nice rally for the market today, and we're still in a confirmed uptrend here.
Yeah, it just really seems like this market doesn't want to pull back.
It's being given opportunities to pull back, and it's having a hard time doing that. And I also wanted to take a look at small caps today because they've been.
Yeah, let's jump over there because they've been really holding steady after that nice gap up last week. So are you looking at that 200 level as the next maybe place to move higher?
Yeah, exactly. I think the IWM was hit that 200 level for the first time, I think, since August of 2022. So it's up near highs it hasn't seen in a while. Pretty violent downdraft for the Russell 2000 yesterday too, but this index outperformed today, so up 1.6% or so. And again, just the reminder is we're still in a confirmed uptrend here. The Santa Claus rally is still seems to be in full effect here.
Great. Well, hopefully that will keep investors feeling jolly. Let's take a look at Carnival, which is cruising toward a buy point here in a cup base with a 1955 buy point. Nice gains today, as you said, up about 6.2% after some pretty good earnings numbers, reporting a 41% jump in revenue and a narrower than expected loss of 7 cents per share.
Yeah, and business is doing really good here. The CEO also said that the company is well positioned for another year of record revenue and EBITDA. So we take a look at Carnival here. It's been a really strong rally off lows. I mean, this is a stock that corrected more than 40% off its high, which is a bit extreme, and it makes this pattern, at least from a technical perspective, a little bit flawed. But after it cut through that $12 level, it rallied all the way back up to 18. And switch over to the weekly chart, Alexis, and this is just a good example of a pretty deep cut base forming here. So you can see up a lot of weeks in a row. It could, as it bumps up against that left side high, maybe it's going to add a handle here. Maybe we get one little last shakeout before a meaningful breakout here. So I think this is a good name still to watch. The fundamentals appear to be still strong in the cruise space, and this is a good technical setup. There's a lot of higher volume weekly declines that you can see as the right side of the base formed here. Maybe it'll drift lower here and give another opportunity to buy the stock.
All right, and I feel like we're gonna have the same theme with the next one with Zillow, ticker Z. And let's look at the daily chart here. Again, in a buy zone after breaking out on the 19th, and again, really building that right side of the cup. But as you mentioned, could be a little bit of a pullback.
Yeah, and I think again, this is a stock you don't see too many stocks in our database right now with accumulation distribution ratings of A plus. Certainly with Zillow, it like Carnival has come up nicely once it crossed that $40 level. This is a online real estate platform. The fundamentals aren't exactly what we like to see. You can look back at over the past 3-4 quarters. It's not a growth story yet. Earnings are expected to slow quite a bit this year, but you're going to get a big ramp up in profit for 2024. So this kind of has the look of a turnaround story. But if we look at the weekly chart here, again, it looks a little bit like Carnival, kind of straight up here.
Got a ways to go.
Yeah, just let the stock pause here, digest gains. It's a good time to be adding stocks to your watch list, especially those that are showing serious signs of accumulation, like Zillow.
Yeah, and it's really nice too to see the heavy volume behind it and that relative strength line trending higher as it broke out.
Yep, no doubt about it. So it's about, you want to look at the stocks that have the potential to be leaders, which ones are showing at least some subtle signs of institutional buying. I think you're, seeing that both in Carnival and Zillow at this time.
All right, well, let's head around the bases onto home with FCX. That's Freeport-McMoRan. It's a mouthful as well. Again, some nice gains today as it's building up, working on that double bottom base.
Yeah, nice move above the 200-day moving average last week, and again, a stock that's just kind of holding gains well here, showing strength and support. Again, also showing some signs of accumulation here. Really seeing leadership branch outside of technology. That's one thing we've liked about this recent rally, that a lot of other stocks are participating here. So may not be a bad time to look at some of the copper stocks. If we look at a weekly chart for FCX, it is kind of floating near a buy area here, and could be poised to break out of a real long consolidation here. So definitely one to watch, and with less worries about a sharp slowdown next year for the economy and the likelihood of a soft landing. Maybe we see these copper stocks start to outperform. So Freeport looking good here, and we'll see if it can break out of this lengthy consolidation.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Ken. That's it for today. We'll be back with more market analysis tomorrow morning, starting with IBD Live. You can head on over to investors.com/IBD Live for all the details, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow after the close.